So what is consolidation? It's a simple idea. Instead of having many small cities spread across Duval County, why not just combine them? One city council, one mayor, one police force. In 1967, the voters agreed and created the bold new city of the South, making Jacksonville the largest geographical city in the area.
But even before voters cast their ballots, there were concerns in the city's black community that consolidation was not about streamlining the city or making it more efficient to run. Consolidation would expand the city council from 9 members to 14 districts, plus another 5 at-large seats. Even though black Jacksonville accounted for 40% of the voter base, that population would elect a far smaller share of the city council. In 2014, a task force offered simple solutions. One recommendation, set aside a percentage of the capital improvement budget specifically for the infrastructure work. In 2020, a city council committee admitted that very few of those recommendations had gotten off the ground and estimated it will take more than $1 billion just to repair and replace septic tanks. Ultimately, the committee decided that it will take a new development authority to plan, develop, and follow through.
Jacksonville became a consolidated city in 1968. Now what that means, it's one city, one government for all the people. But the promises made then to the urban core area have yet to be fulfilled. Now, for the first time, the Jacksonville City Council has created a social justice committee to address those issues. City Council member Brenda Jackson is co-chair with Matt Carlucci. I spoke with her about the committee and its functions right here in the recently named James Weldon Johnson Park.
Because it's an opportune time for us to try to redress some historic inequities, not talk about them.
Since July, the Social Justice Committee has worked to identify the greatest needs.
Where did we see inequities in the past? Those items came in the form of greater access to health care and resources. It came in the form of we needed to work on neighborhoods that were experiencing what we might call blight.
What's been accomplished thus far?
Well, we actually just did our first round of legislation.
An ambitious agenda that tackles crime, jobs, education, and infrastructure, like septic tank replacements, a chronic health and environmental concern.
One of the first pieces of information that we embraced was the number of our neighbors and the percentages of those that live at or below the poverty line. Because we know that there is a correlation oftentimes between the ethno-racial identity, black and brown, and so we targeted resources where we had the highest percentage of neighbors who were at or below the poverty line in Jacksonville. Our citywide average is 15.5%. And of that, Ken, I tell you what was an eye-opener for many was that we have 7 council districts above that. Some things we can't afford not to do. I don't want to talk about the problems in Jacksonville. We know what they are. I want to look at solutions. So the Social Justice Committee is definitely driving this issue.
The Social Justice Committee, the vision of City Council President Tommy Hazouri, launched with a $2.6 million budget to begin addressing its initiatives, but everyone knows it will take much more.
So this committee is trying to look at removing the systemic barriers that the city can be involved in. This is historic. You know, this is historic that you have funding and initiatives that we're going to roll out. Are we going to get it perfect? No, but is it going to be far better than what we've done in the past? Absolutely. My hope and my belief is that we can rectify the socioeconomic disparities and address our problem of not treating all of our neighbors fairly based on race by putting the resources there.
After Mr. Hazouri's term is up, do you think this committee will continue?
I hope so.
There's no question in your mind that at this time it is necessary.
It is absolutely necessary.
Still ahead, quality homes, quality schools, and now a new quality of life in the Newtown area.